To Digital Dive-In. It is your boy Monkey.
And it's your guy Goofball.
We are back with Call of Duty World War II, playing it again because it's, you know, stupid fun.
All we got.
All we got,
fun.
and it's stupid fun.
Yeah, we'll go with fun.
But today, we are going to be diving into the Shazam trailer, which was just recently shown at Comic-Con. And, yo, I'm super excited for this movie. I was super excited when they
I'm so excited, yeah.
I was excited when they first announced it. I was excited when they announced Zachary Levi was going to be, like, you know, actual Shazam.
Yeah, I was going to ask who that was because, for one, I was afraid it was going to be Dwayne Johnson. Like, I had heard
Dwayne
that
Johnson,
so many times.
Dwayne Johnson is Black Adam. He's playing Black Adam. He's getting his own solo movie. He was confirmed way before this movie was even a thing.
Gotcha.
So
okay, that's cool.
But yeah, Zachary Levi is playing Shazam. We got the kid. We got one of the kids from It.
Yeah, I noticed that. It was
He was playing Freddie Freeman.
Yeah.
The cripple, the cripple kid.
Yeah.
And I'm super excited for that because he is actually a really good actor. One, two, he was great in It. So I'll be excited to see how he does in this one. He
looked really funny in this commercial. Like, so this trailer was exciting. It didn't have a DC movie vibe.
Well, that's because
as Deadpool would put it, aren't you a little dark?
Yeah. Well, that's because
DC movie?
And a lot of people were hitting on that, and that was something I wanted to bring up anyways. But the thing is, if you've ever read a Shazam comic, he's not a dark character. He's not a heavy character. He's a little
like
kid.
10 years old.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's a 10-year-old who gets powers. I mean.
Yeah, which is pretty exciting.
That's awesome. That's badass. And everyone's like, oh, this isn't dark. What the hell? I'm like, it's not supposed to be? I mean, yeah, I get people want DC to be, you know, the dark comic books, or the dark comic book movies.
I mean, you always need that branch off.
Exactly.
You know? And I think this is a good one.
I mean, Marvel does like their stuff, but even they get dark once in a while with like what they did with Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier was a much darker movie for the Marvel.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
it dealt with like political espionage and shit.
Yeah,
but that was cool,
stuff.
and that was dope.
Like
and like, I like it when they branch off. Like, if you're gonna do a dark movie, do a dark movie. That's what messed up.
Yeah, like Black Panther.
Well, Black Panther wasn't entirely dark.
But the cast seems entirely dark.
Wow. God, but anyways, like, if you're gonna do a dark movie, that's what screwed up Justice League, you know? They tried to do both dark and humorous and light, and it just fucked it up. But anyways,
but you know what? Like, I don't know. Like, I think this here movie. Well, I always think no matter how dark your series is trying to be, it's always good to have that one bit of humor. Kind of lightens everything, and we see that with the Avengers trilogies and whatnot. Like, yeah, no, Deadpool's not going to be in the Avengers. I got that. I mean, I think that, but you know, he might. But
now we got
if
like
you watch
Thor
Marvel movies, yeah, like over time, it's the characters are getting funnier.
Yeah,
and it's pulling in more audience, and I think that Justice League kind of jumping on that train now with Shazam, like it's gonna help them grow much more than they have.
Oh, absolutely. Shazam's gonna come in and be like that relatable character, you know? I mean, Shazam was one of my favorites. I liked him more than Batman and Superman back in the day, just because he was literally a little kid who got powers. He's every little kid's dream. Just like Spider-Man for Marvel. He's literally Spider-Man for Marvel, or for DC.
Yeah, and that's awesome.
For that reason, I've always liked Shazam. But this movie actually looks really good. I know a lot of people had their gripes with the actor who they cast for Shazam. But I mean, Zachary Levi, if you ever watched the show Chuck, he's a fantastic actor and funny as hell.
I mean, so far I like him in the role because he portrays the little kid in an adult's body really well.
He does that immaturity.
Really well. Like, I was convinced just by watching the trailer that he was a little kid.
Right? It's
and
really
I love
good.
it. I think it's going to be great.
Another thing that a lot of people were like kind of controversial and kind of on the fence about was his super suit. Like they're just doing like the small lightning bolt, and if you've seen the comics, typically he has like this big ass lightning bolt on his chest.
Well, it seems like he's got a pretty big one now.
Yeah, I mean, I like that. Like in the set photos that we saw in the beginning, they were just it was just like a plain old lightning bolt, you know. But it looks like they actually made it into like a CGI thing.
Yeah, it looks good what they're doing now.
Yeah, it looks really cool. They like make it glow and shit. And I'm like, okay, this looks kind of dope. And another thing people were saying that is that his suit looked like puffy almost, like his muscles looked fake. And
That's fine.
I think mostly from what I've seen in the trailer, like it still doesn't look much better.
I mean,
but I think it's mostly like
honestly,
the fabric
I'm okay
and the
with that,
texture of
though.
the suit. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna dive that far. I'm gonna dive even further. You know, if he's a little kid that's not actually an adult, like he's an adult body, like I just picture back to when we were kids and we would always wear our superhero suits.
Yeah,
like,
but I
we
mean,
look
this is
the
supposed
exact
to
same.
yeah, but this is supposed to be like when it says Shazam, it's Billy Batson becoming like the best version of himself. Infused with magic.
I'm alright with
you know what I mean?
I just see it as a homage to like when I was a kid.
Yeah,
and
I guess.
I put on my superhero suit and it made me look like I was all poofy.
Yeah.
Like a really poofy version of Batman.
Yeah, and that makes sense. And if that's what they're going for, then I'm down with it. But at the same time, it's like, eh. But like,
Well, I'm gonna say that is what it is for their sakes.
I'm gonna say that it's more or less the texture of the suit, not so much the actual like muscles are fake. Like Zachary Levi's a buff dude, and you've seen so many other actors get huge for their roles. So I mean, I have no doubt in my mind that Zachary Levi did the exact same thing. It's just the texture of the suit. This is gonna be DC's year because Marvel is closing up their Phase 4, so they're gonna be taking a bit of a break after Avengers 4. Like they can take a back seat, and DC's gonna start to take the reins, I think.
I think you're right, and I honestly think Shazam is gonna be what starts it for real.
Oh, absolutely.
For everybody.
Absolutely.
Because
I mean, why not?
It's gonna merge a gap. It's gonna get all the people that like Thor Ragnarok,
Exactly.
and Deadpool, and it's gonna pull them all over pretty quick.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, still people come to DC movies for the darkness of them and everything, and that's fine. But you always need that one character, like we said before. You always need that one character that bridges the gap and, you know, lightens the mood a bit.
Got it.
Like Shazam, I'm just so excited for this movie. I think it's gonna be great. It looks like it's gonna be following the New 52 comic nearly like word for word. Like if you look at some of the comic like scenes and then match them up to the movie or the trailer at least, they look like identical and it's crazy. I'm like, holy shit. Okay, cool.
Well, that's cool. That'll be interesting to watch. Like, I'm not really a comic book fan. Never really got into them, but maybe I won't have to be. Maybe I can just watch the movie.
Essentially, I mean, at least with this movie, I mean, you see like the scene where like he's defending his friend from getting beaten up. That's exactly from the comic book. Him running into the subway, directly from the comic book. The subway opening up to the Wizard Shazam, directly from the comic book. And then like
cool.
even the scenes with Dr. What is it? Zhivago, whatever the fuck his name is.
Savala.
Fuck it. No, like the only like that part from what it looks like is the only place where the movie diverges a bit from the comic book. Because in the comic book, you see, hey, look at me. In the comic book, you see Dr. Zhivago, only get the
Savala.
Savala? It's not Savala.
Sivala.
Oh, okay. I like Dr. Zhivago. What's Dr. Zhivago? What am I thinking about? That's a movie, isn't it?
I don't know.
Dr.
Is that your
Zhivago?
gynecologist?
Probably. No, in the comic books, you see that guy only get the power to be able to see magic, whereas in this movie, it looks like he actually gets like super strength and shit. So
yeah, like I like the scene where he showed him like, oh, can you fly? Can you do this? Can you do that?
That's another thing. Like I love that they're doing like pure origin story like with this movie. Like there's so many like
Yeah,
throwbacks
I
to, like the
know.
original Spider-Man. Like there's stuff for
Well, that's one thing I don't
like Captain
personally like
America.
is, yeah, one thing that always kind of you'd see a movie and they'd introduce a character like halfway in their existence, already knowing their
Yeah.
powers and stuff, and then they do a throwback.
Yeah, that gets
It's like,
kind of
ah,
annoying. That gets a little bit
it's
annoying.
like,
I think that's what we're going to see a little bit with Aquaman, and that's like, I don't know how that's going to work. But at the same time, fuck. But at the same time, like this one, like as much as like origin stories have gotten stale, I think that staleness has kind of come to an end because we've had like a lack of movies, like a lack of origin story movies.
yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I don't mind origin stories as long as it's an actual origin, like to introduce the character, and then they build their way up. Like,
Yeah.
as unpopular as they are, the, what is it, the monster universe or the dark universe that
yeah.
Universal's coming out with?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Monster
they're
Universe, I think
starting
it's
with
called.
the origins. They're setting up all
Oh,
the
yeah.
origins, and then, boom, they're probably going to put something together, which is going to be weird. I have no idea
Yep.
what to expect with that.
I don't know either. But yeah, one thing I did want to bring up from the trailer, because it seems like they changed it a little bit. Or they like redid a scene for the trailer. I'm not really sure, but in the trailer, when you see after like the whole like gas station convenience store fight, when he throws them out the window and shit, as soon as they exit, you see Shazam holding like a 6-pack of beers, right?
Yeah.
And then in the next scene, you see him with a shit ton of junk food.
Cool.
I'm just like, no, like directly, like the following scene where like he's
same
just walking.
scene, just-
yeah, the same
yeah.
scene. He's
It's
holding
just a
different
mistake.
shit. I'm like, well, no, I think what happened was like, technically he's a 10-year-old, and if he grew up to be, if he like his adult body, and he's carrying around beer, it might promote like underage drinking or some shit. But at the same time, like, I mean, if you're a kid in an adult body, what's the first thing you're gonna do? Buy beer.
Go get some brewskis.
I mean, hell yeah.
That's the first thing I want to do as an adult in an adult body.
Exactly, right? I mean, given getting like junk food is also something a kid in an adult body would do as well. But you know,
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to see how that turns out because it looks like they just reshot it to be more PC. And I mean, come on, be risque once in a while. It's okay.
Meh. Everybody's got to make sure they don't offend anybody. So I get
Oops.
it.
I killed my own
Right,
guy.
for James Gunn? No.
But yeah, so
That's all
I
that
don't know. I
matters.
think this movie is going to be really, really good. I have a lot of hope for this movie because it's one of my favorite DC characters. It's him and the Flash are my two favorite DC characters. And since Flashpoint isn't even happening anymore for some freaking reason, the DC universe is honestly in shambles at this point. But these next like 3 movies that they're coming out with might, like, you know, renew faith in it. So we'll just have to wait and see. I'm just throwing sticky grenades everywhere. Nope. Balls like I team kicked. God damn it. Anyways, Phil, is there anything else you want to say about Shazam?
Nope. Okay, got it all out.
Alright guys, let us know in the comment section please what you think about the new Shazam trailer. Whether you like it, whether you don't like it, tell us why. Down in the comment section, down below. I'm saying down a lot. If you like this video,
Down.
please slam that like button.
Super slam.
And if you're new to the channel and you want to see more of us going through our trailers and talking about shit we want to talk about, or maybe even you want to talk about, please hit the subscribe button and maybe hit that bell so you get notified when we go live. Also, make sure it's set to always, not occasional. Why the hell is there an occasional option? Who knows? YouTube
Well,
is weird.
sometimes I don't feel with dealing like bullshit.
Apparently. Phil, thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you for having me.
That's all, folks. Stay excellent. We'll see you in the next dive-in.